Hello. Hello, Alicia. I have to post that I'm streaming first. Very late at night. For me, it's 11 p.m. Because my sleep schedule is really bad and only woke up at maybe 7 p.m. for me. 2 a.m. Does that mean like everyone else here is also night owls? Oh, 10 a.m. for you. Yeah, a lot of East Coasters I see. I'm gonna be working on my homework, which is due tomorrow, I think. Maybe not, but I'm just wanting to finish it. You woke up at midnight? I've definitely done that before. Alright, hold on. I need to post this on Instagram and then I will actually start drawing. We're working on an essay. Well, good luck with that. I haven't done an essay in a while, so good luck with that. The good thing about art school is you really don't have to do essays unless you're like in an art history class or your professor hates you. I don't know. Can you guys hear the music fine? I'm so slow at doing this. I wish I could do this before, like actually pressing live, but YouTube doesn't give me a link to share until I go live. Alright. I'm in a tavern vibe right now. Even though I'm not drawing a tavern, but it's... Tavern music always gives a very D&D vibe, so... I've been working on this for like maybe a couple months now. It is my perspective homework. And it's been rough. It's a 3-point perspective of a library. And I got some notes from my professor about this lamp here. Because she said it needs to match the perspective a little more. Can't find my brush. This brush that I'm using, let me look up the artist. Is Milica Mastelika. That artist does a lot of like environmental perspective art, and I subscribed to their Patreon because I wanted to learn from them and I also wanted their brushes. And so I'm using their brushes for this assignment because really good brushes. I don't have to color this, luckily. But I might try if I have time. It took way more than 8 hours to line because my professor is really anal about like things being perfect. I can even show the guidelines here later on. Oh god. So like, let me see if I can find them. I get confused with all my layers here because I'm so disorganized. But here's like all my measurements for the table. I mean, I barely even know what I'm looking at. It's ugh. And that's just for the table alone. I really struggled with the table because there's a curve to it. This is the chair. I just winged the chair, and this is the 3D like guideline that I created within Clip Studio Paint. And some references for the stuff. Then these are like the guidelines for this area. It's a whole mess. But anyway, I need to fix this lamp. It is very complicated. But I think for the most part, when I'm gonna draw like rooms and perspective stuff outside of class, I'm just gonna eyeball everything. It's not fun to have to like meticulously measure like where the middle of something is. I mean, even though that's fairly easy, but once you get to really like subdividing everything and then there's too many lines, that's when it's like unenjoyable. And you're just like, I just want to draw. Like, why do I have to do all of these things? I have to pull up the notes that my professor gave me real quick. How do I... Yes, I'll just screenshot it. These are the notes that I got. I need to make it a little more... I need to make it look like it's more top-down than it is. Hello, Faith. Thank you for the good luck. Yeah, I wish this was actually just isometric, because isometric is so much easier than like a real 3-point perspective, but it's a perspective class, so I really have to follow like the rules of perspective. I do this. I'm really gonna struggle with this part here, because I'm like, ugh, how did my professor do it? Ow. Working on an art final right now. Yes, this is also my final. We're both going through it. It looks wrong no matter... Okay, I'm just gonna put some hope into this. And if I get docked off points because the lamp looks a little weird, then that's fine. Because circles get really, really complicated in perspective. This tavern playlist thing that I'm using is supposed to be non-copyright. And I just hope it's actually non-copyright. It says no copyright, so I'm just gonna trust the video title. Copy paste the lamp base. Wait, that's so true. But I think this might look fine now. Maybe. Maybe. Liquefy. Oh god, wait, that makes it look worse. It looks weird. But I think it does look better than what it looked like before, but... I think because the way my professor drew it just looks way better than how I drew it. But, that's fine. Alright. Be this part. It's kind of standing out because it's a lot messier than the rest of the lines. Ew. Okay. We'll do this. Alright, that looks better. It's fine. I'm just gonna try not to look at it. Oh god. Okay, it's bothering. Alright, let me try to save this a little bit. Alright, okay. That makes it look way better. Alright. I need to do the books. Thank you. For the words, it's very obvious that they're scribbles if you really zoom in on them, but I think it looks really good from afar. I'll probably fix this. If I can find that layer. Because I want some of these to be rotated. Yeah, alright. And when things are rotated in perspective, the vanishing points change. If I could just... I'll do it this way. And And I'll do that by changing this. Oops. Fix eye level. And then adding that book trick. I actually learned that from this like Instagram or Twitter hack thing. I wish I could find the video, but it's long gone. I tried to, but I couldn't. And that would be rotated like that. Okay. So many lines, so confusing. But so it'd be like this. That doesn't feel correct. I guess it is. Cut it off right here. Okay, yeah, that book is rotated. And then I'll move them again. To try and change the one that's underneath it. Alright, I'm confusing myself. Here's the color. This book's underneath the one on top. And it's like that. Like that. Okay, it looks weird. I think I might just... Maybe I'll just leave the one on top like that. And then... This is for a perspective class. So this is my final. Because in the perspective class we went through 1 point perspective, 2 point, and then finally 3 point. And this is my 3 point assignment. It depends on how you define an art school. So I call it art school, even though it's just a normal university where I'm majoring in art and I'm majoring in animation. Some people may not consider it art school, but I do. Because you still do a lot of the same things as art school. Except it's less expensive. And less focused, I guess you could say. Yeah, and this school is in LA, so I would imagine a lot of the professors who teach at actual art institutions also teach here. Because it's LA. And because it's LA, these professors are working professionals in the industry, so they know what they're doing. I recently did a podcast with like my updated feelings about art school. And in that, it's my recently uploaded video. In that, I kind of expressed like wanting to drop out. Because I don't think it's, I don't think I'm in it for the long run with art school because I kind of already have a career. So I may drop out. But I think everything I did in it was worth it. And I think it is worth it depending on what you're doing because everyone's situation is extremely different from each other's. And for my situation, I don't think it's worth continuing. You do all the other subjects on top of what you also take. Yeah, so is that not how it works in art schools? I'm not sure actually. When you go to a normal college, you still have to do your general education requirements. So you still need to do your history and your science stuff and also your English stuff. And then you also need to complete your major requirements. So if you're majoring in animation, you would start out with the lower division, you know, art stuff like drawing, whatever. And perspective is actually a lower division class. But I'm a transfer, so some of the classes that I already took didn't count, so that's why I'm taking this lower division class. But then once you get to the upper division, you've already finished all the general stuff like math and stuff, so you're not doing that anymore. And you're only taking art classes usually by the time that you're in your last 2 years. So it's still pretty focused. It's just there's some stuff that you have to get out of the way. But hey, it's a lot better than being in student debt for like 100K because you're going to a for-profit art school. I do podcasts. I call it a podcast, but it's really just me talking for like an hour. So, by myself. I'm hoping to have some guests on it. I've only had one guest on it, which is CarryTube. But it's fun. You know, I get to talk about stuff non-art related on my channel. I make you want to play Dungeons and Dragons? Well, do it. Do it. I kind of want to make a video about solo RPGs in like what they are and how you could play them, you know, by yourself and also creatively. Because I've recently really gotten into solo RPGs, aka solo D&D. And it's really fun to just make your own world without having to worry about like what a group thinks of it. And you could still play it like normal D&D by rolling dice and stuff. Do I draw my D&D characters? This is actually a drawing of my D&D character. Of my solo D&D character. So, let me zoom out. Hold on. So this is my solo D&D character. Her name's Eleanor. And this is a scene of her, because she's a sage. The scene of her really like diving into her studies and researching something in her library. So, for my class, I wanted to draw something that I myself would get invested in. So I decided to draw something for my D&D game. And there's some storytelling in it also. Trying to find the sketch with the lighting.